Hi all, Elaine here from MRE Studio Designs, and today we're going to be experimenting with some Sculpey, Premo translucent, and some alcohol inks. So I have here is some magenta, some blue Baja, a rich gold, rainforest green, and sunburst yellow. We also have our roller, our craft knife, some blades. I'm not sure what else we're going to need, but we're going to start off with those. So let me get started and I will be right back. Okay, so what I've done here is I've rolled out each of the pieces on fairly thin. I think it's about 5 on my pasta machine, but I rolled them out without folding them. So basically I started on number 1, rolled it, put it on a number 2, rolled it again, up until I got it as thin as I wanted. So we're going to take our alcohol inks now. Just put a few drops on here. I'm wearing gloves because every time I do this, I wind up with ink all over my hands. So we're going to take a Q-tip with some alcohol on it, and we're just going to rub that all over the place. And then we're going to wait for it to dry. And we're going to do that with all of our colors. Okay, so we're going to wait for those to dry, and then we'll go on to the next step, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that my colors are dry, what I'm doing is I'm adding just a little bit of micro pearl to the colors, just to give them a little bit of a shine, because we're not mixing them. We're just leaving the colors on top of the translucent. This is white translucent I'm using. And I don't think the gold needs any. So we're just going to put a little bit more on the blue. And you could put as much or as little of this as you want, or you could use glitter or some other kind of mica powder. But I wanted the colors to show through, and I just wanted to give it just a little bit of a shine. So that's why I'm using the micro pearl. So now that everything is dry and it has the micro pearl on there, what I want to do is I'm going to start cutting away some strips. And just placing them any place I want on the board. And this is another piece of the translucent, white translucent, and it's on a pretty thin piece. I think, let me see, I did it on a number 7. This is on a number 7 on my pasta machine. So it doesn't matter if the pieces are big or small or whatever. They could be wide or thin, however you want to do them, but we're just going to put them all over. And you can have some straight or you can have some curled. Let me bring this down here. Just straighten that edge out a little bit. You can take it off and curl it if you want. Small pieces, large pieces, doesn't really matter. Have them overlapping. And we're just going to keep building with all of our colors until we get it to where we want it. So I'm going to continue doing this. Let's try the gold first before I go off camera. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this. And when I'm done, I will be back. See you in a little bit. Okay, so we put all of our pieces on our translucent, and then we covered it with another very thin piece of translucent. We're going to cover that with a piece of paper and just start rolling that down, trying to get it as flat as we can. See how we're doing. Okay. Okay, so let's pick this up. See, we have this now, and it's fairly translucent. So on the other side, you don't really see much. I'm wondering if I want to fold that in half. I think I do. So we have a little bit on both sides. So we're going to cut this just about in half. And again, this is an experiment, so I'm not quite sure how this will turn out. Turn that over. Pick this one up and put that on here like so. And then we're going to put it through our pasta machine. Cut that part off. And we're going to put that in on our thickest setting. So here it is. It's rolled out on a number 2 on our pasta machine. And we're going to see what we're going to do with this now. Okay, so I've gotten a few different cutters out, and we're going to just do some pendants, some earrings probably. So we have this one. I want that one to have most of that in there. So we're going to put this one down. And then the earrings, I think I want this. And this over here. So I'm going to go ahead and keep cutting out my pieces. Okay, I think that'll be fine. Put those up there. Take this off. And I think these scraps are going to make a great stone. So we're going to keep those most definitely. But let's see how we did with these. We're going to get our tile. Clean up our edges. Of course, these are going to be for summer. Nice spring colors, summer colors. There we go. There we go. All right, so these are going to go in the oven for 30 minutes at 275, the recommended temperature and time. And when they're done, we will be right back. So here are our major pieces out of the oven. I resined them on both sides. And I've used two different kinds of resin on these, and you can see they're very translucent. And these are going to make some really nice pendants and earrings. And the two different kinds of resins I used were, the one that I used mostly is this one. You can see that. The UV resin, and this I have listed on the bottom of my tutorial. It is a lower viscosity, which means it's a little thinner and it goes on very smooth and very thin. It does not dome. And then I also used this one. You can see that. And this one is very thick and does dome very, very nicely. So I'm going to put this one on the bottom of my tutorial as well. So that is our tutorial for today. Now, as you can see, I have quite a bit of scrap left over. And I think in my next tutorial, we're going to take this scrap and make some stones out of it. I think it's going to come out really nice. So that'll be my next tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if there's something you would like to see. And I will see you next time. Thank you.